3, 2, 1, go!
Hello then folks and welcome back to the Ispalian Job with me, Dr. Benji FM, and today it should be, as ever, a very exciting episode. As you can see from the Serie A table screen, we are currently 7th in Serie A, and Dorian Heiser and Emiliano Renzi are doing magnificent things. 8 assists for Heiser, Renzi's got 10 goals so far. Should say though, Belotti, and I'll give him the credit, 17 goals so far this season in 13 appearances, 2 assists, 7 player of the match, it's a 7.98, oh my. Basically he's having a good year. Today then, we have games coming up against Sampdoria and Ternana. What's your name? That was really your bit. Ternana. What's your name? 2 tries. Weren't interested in either. Fair enough. Just sit here looking like a prat. The highlight though from our 5-game run since we last met in that 1-1 draw against SASSUOLO, that's what we'll go with from now on, was undoubtedly the 2-2 draw against Juventus. Emiliano Renzi with 2 in that game. We had a man sent off, Agostini, in the 77th minute. I just thought at that point, let's just go for it. Like we scored 2 in 5 minutes. Let's just go for it, and we did. Renzi in the 86th minute gets the draw for us and his second of the game. The man's on fire. It was a great goal too. We then followed up then with a 2-0 win over Bologna. Dorian Heiser in the 81st minute getting the second and the crucial winning goal. A game which we largely dominated. Then we moved on then to a 2-0 victory in the Tim Cup. We can't play Vardy in the Cup. I did say if he could play I'd show you. But another striker that played was Elias Shabley, still at the club, and got the goal that sealed the deal. If you look at the match stats from this one just quickly, 57% possession, 23 shots, 10 on target. Lazio, not as many. They essentially played a third team, I think, but never mind, Lazio. Thank you for the win. Then a 3-2 defeat, a crushing 3-2 defeat. Dorian Heiser got one in this game as well, as did Luca Heiser in the 70th minute, but it was Ander Herrera who was signed for Milan. 87th minute, popped up and got the winner for them. A game which they largely had the better of. We had slightly more possession, but that doesn't really matter that much. Costa and Suso both got injured for them in that game, but it didn't matter. They still came out on top. A bit irritating. And then finally, a 1-1 draw against Palermo. They got a man sent off in the 72nd minute, and we couldn't make them pay. Another game, though, that we largely dominated, very similar to the Lazio game, really. They got an early goal. Yosu gets it in the 46th minute, but we can't quite win the game. Ravel Morrison featured for Palermo and did absolutely an assist. I was going to say nothing, but I just see there he did actually get an assist. Who knew? So that sets up 2 games today then. Now, a few people have been inquiring recently, why is Dorian Heiser unhappy? I'll explain. So the one negative on Dorian Heiser is he's asked to leave. He wants a new deal to reflect his ability, and essentially I'm saying no. He's worth 8.75 million. He's on £3,300 a week. I've got him on a 5-year deal because of the 3-year contract extension thing I put on his contract. So I'm not willing to negotiate a new deal because there's no point. He's got 5 years left. We're all having a wonderful time. Apart from him, who is evidently annoyed by this. But you know what? Herbs cannot be irritated. Dorian is herbs. Heiser herbs. Renzi spices. It doesn't work. That's what we're going with. The team then for today's first game against Sampdoria is this. Pozovec will be in goal. Hattabor, Virgini, Casola. We've got Barloco out left back. Toscano plays just in front with Sousa and Valziana. Luca Valziana plays on the left-hand side of the midfield. Yosu plays up front, well, just behind. Yosu plays in the attacking midfield spot with Renzi and Heiser. Herbs and spices. Always, no, they're not actually. It's the other way around. It's spices and herbs, which that would change everything. We're just going to have to read it backwards. Herbs and spices. There you go. These things happen. We're playing on attacking fluid, and these are the 2 games before our winter break. So today really is, where do we need new signings? Do we need new signings? As you can see, though, we've brought Virginia in at centre-back. He was one of the summer signings. Not the quickest, but he's probably mentally slightly better. And Nkudu, he's a bit indifferent sometimes. So for now, he's just sitting on the bench. He'll come on. He'll play at some point again, I'm sure. But Virginia's been playing well. Actually, last 2 games, defeat and a draw. Kulu's coming back in. Actually, I've just realised that Pereira's finished his suspension. Well, the team I just announced was a lie. This is now the team, so there you go. Right then, first game of the day. Let's get ourselves a win. It should be, ordinarily, a bit routine. They've got Dzeko, who has forever caused me a problem. Not the quickest, still quite good technically though. So far, 7 goals in 11 for Sampdoria. He's having a bit of a purple patch. All right, well, we'll just panic a bit. Luckily though, he has got a bit of an injury. Potential arm injury. Right. Shouldn't affect his football too much. Though you can see there from, I mean, I'll show you that briefly. Dorian Heiser, 7 goals, 8 assists so far this season. Yosu's 3 goals, 5 assists, and Renzi, 10 goals with 2 assists. The front 3 working magnificently. Right then, the games are underway. They've got a throw in immediately. I mean, sorry you missed it. That might be the highlight of the first half, and I wasted it. There's a lot of outrage recently, of course. At the end of last week, if you didn't watch the video now, it's too late because I'm about to announce what happened. But we lost the wall. The wall's gone. It's been moved into the corner of the pitch where we've got some sort of, I don't know what it is, just a thing. You might see it in this game. Who knows? And then Michael Caine was released. At some point, we'll try and bring Michael Caine back. I feel like that is the real quiz of all of this. As it's going to be Sampdoria with the first attack of the game. Carter plays it through to Dzeko, who is irritating. 8th of the season for Edin Dzeko. He's always been a bit of a problem for me on FM, now I think about it. There was that year, sort of a few years ago on FM, just before the year before he signed for City when he played in Germany. He was probably the best striker on the game in terms of you could get him at any club and he'd score 30, 40 a season. And now all these years later, still doing it, still irritating me. Lovely first touch from him and the finish was pretty comfortable. Pozovec, beaten, and that's where the wall used to be. So... Right, can we turn this around? With Herbs and Spices up top, I know that this season anything's possible. As Heisa plays in Renzi, Herbs and Spices! The reason it's Herbs and Spices, 2 reasons why. First reason, think of a reason, Ben. Herbs assists Spices, so it's Herbs and Spices. That's the first reason. The second reason, look at that wall in that corner. Look at that piece of second reason is because, so there you are. Herbs and Spices. We're forward again here. Sousa plays in Yosu, pulls it back. Dorian's there. He's at the post. He's at the bloody post. Not respected the equipment. That's a different shirt. Things can only get. Never mind. Right, half time. Yap's here. He's. How you feeling, Yap? Disappointed Love Island's finished. Didn't have you down for a Love Island fan, Yap? Who's your favourite show? Well, I'm sorry to hear that. So, team talk, I'll do it. I passionately say, I'm pleased with how things are going, keep it up. I actually 1-1 against a decent size. They look happy about it. Ignore it. Just pick and ignore it. Out to Dorian Heisa. And this is the first highlight of the half. It's usually done just to irritate, and it's, yep, I mean, mission complete. Usually the highlights after half-time are nothing highlights. But this is continuing. Renzi's through. Oh, Barloco's there. Barloco finishes it well. He did, I must say, did very well to get there. Renzi with the initial effort and Barloco on hand to slide in the rebound. I mean, we'll look at it again. Renzi just manages to get past both of his men. Do you know what? I expect him to finish that, to be honest. But there's Barloco. Comes out of nowhere from left back. And the keeping maybe could be a bit better. But regardless of that, it's 2-1 and we're now in a lead, proving that the team talk was excellent. Toscano, ball in, header clear, back out to him though, and he's got options on the edge if he can find one. Plays it into Sousa. Yosu's there now. Dorian's there on the edge, back to Yosu, into Dorian Heisa, who just prods it into the corner. We are scoring, I will say now, folks, we are scoring goals for absolute fun this season. Even in sort of, I mean, we drew 2-2 with Juventus. There was a 2-2, of course, as well against a 3-2 defeat to AC Milan. Even when we're losing these games, we're scoring goals, and there it is, look, 3-1, looking good. Dorian's enjoying it. Right then, time is ticking down here. 10 seconds are left in the game, and that should be that. Ball played out to this right-hand side. But there we are then, 3-1. After that Heisa goal, nothing happened, so there was nothing to report. But a good win for us. 7.9 for Heisa, 7.8 for Renzi, both with a goal and an assist. Herbs and Spices combining beautifully once again. I mean, what a story. The real question is, with his value now at 16.25 million, how am I ever going to sign him? He's 18. I'm never going to... It is very similar to a Monier-esque situation. I don't know what I'm going to do. The worst part is, right, if we don't sign him, from seasons onwards, he's just going to be in Serie A, destroying me. So, I don't like the idea of it. I must unsettle him somehow. Okay then, folks, the win there keeps us in 7th position, and with the game against Ternana, what's your name? We went through this earlier. Let's leave it. Things should go well, hopefully, and I'll see you then in just a moment. They're in the bottom. Oh, Kelvin, Simon, Theodore. Doesn't matter what song it is. You're not going to take part. Okay. We're the Chipmunks. It's Kelvin, isn't it? Not Alvin. Kelvin. Oh, no. Jamie Vardy's out for 3 to 4 weeks. He was so pivotal. God damn it. Actually, more annoying, Toscano's out for 13 days. I shouldn't... that is genuinely annoying, though. He's going to miss the game. Oh, hold on. Palermo. They've offered me a job. They're currently bottom of the league. They really don't think it through. Oh, look at that. Renzi and Heiser, after that last game, have battled their way up into the top average ratings of Belotti. What a threesome. What a trio, sorry. What a trio of... We'll move on. We're not going to go to Palermo because we'd have to change the title. Think of all the upheaval. We'd have to change the title. We'd have to change the intro. Not worth it. Okay then, folks, the game against Ternana. I'm not doing it anymore. You've missed your chance. I bet you're ready then, weren't you? Going, oh, next time he does it, I'll be, no. Few issues though. Barloco is suspended for this one, and Toscano is injured. Now we don't have a massive amount of players able to fill the spots really. I guess what we'll do is we'll play Luca in the deeper role and bring Balak in to play in the centre area. I do think, actually, thinking of this, January coming up, I think another midfielder in the centre is needed because of the boy injury that happened just after the window shut. Still 6 months out, so I'll probably miss all of the season. We're definitely going to have to bring someone in. I'm disappointed because not only did we bring him in thinking he'd be a good player, he's one of our only real assets. 4.8 million on the boy, and he's only going to get worse, isn't he? So at left back, we have two options. We either bring Hateboer in and move Pereira over, or we bring in Agostini, that I've been quite commonly doing. I think the more logical option, though, is to put Hateboer right back and bring Pereira over because he's good. So there you are. Right then, let's get into this one. We have to now not allow Toscano or Barloco to be on the bench because those are the rules, and let's get into this. The rest of the team, of course, as you've just seen, remains the same. Right, they've got a guy called Crotti, Nicola Crotti. Actually, regen, looks pacey. And up top, they've got Avenatti, who looks... yeah. Right, passionately said, teams such as ours should be winning without any problem at all. So far this season, actually, things have been going rather well. So if we can carry on this little run, who knows where we could be by the end of it. I'm thinking top half finish. There's just loads of sides below us, like SASSUOLO, Roma, Lazio, Torino below us as well. All sides that, I feel like could easily be above us, but I feel like actually our summer window was better than before. Just realised they have a really long pitch, so I'm going to have to hide these for now, because it's going to annoy me as we come forward with it on their very narrow pitch. Heiser down the side, it could pull it across, can't quite get there. Hateboer wins it back though, Sousa back out to Hateboer, Renzi and Heiser in the centre. Oh, Dorian Heiser, what a strike it is. First time, and an outstanding goal from Dorian Heiser. Let's take a look at it in 3 dimensions. The ball then out to Hateboer again on that right hand side. Is it chipped up to him? Tell me he volleys it. Oh, he does. It's half volleyed. It's in the far corner and the voice is gone. What a goal though. What a stunning start to the game as we're forward again now with Renzi. Plays it across to Yosu. Balak out to Pereira now on this left hand side. Unfamiliar to him. Plays it across towards Dorian. Balak. Dorian's in some space on that far side. If he can find Renzi. Goes for goal himself, does Dorian, and gets the goal. Herbs and spices. Well, just herbs today. Herbs is doing it all. And that's what we're looking for from the lads. Balak plays it into Dorian Heiser. I'm wondering, what's he going to do from there? He's got so many things he could do. Takes it on himself, left-footed, into the corner, and the Spal product, Dorian Heiser, makes it 2-0. One day I wish to manage an Albanian national team with Andy Tannoy and Dorian Heiser, which is a shame because I didn't load in the English database that low down. Sorry, Andy. Coming forward again, playing with some... Oh, Renzi's through. This is a goal. I've seen it all before. It's a goal-keeping save is what I was... Sorry, sometimes it gets right. I mess it up sometimes. As half-time approaches then, 4 minutes of added time. I don't know, someone must have been injured. Regardless, Dorian Heiser having the game of his life. An 8.7 so far. 2 goals in this first half. And as we go into the second half, I'm pleased with how things are going. Some of them look happy. Let's try and make them all look happy. This is a little game for us to play, isn't it? How many of them can we make look happy? Renzi so far, disappointed. There's a lot more. He seems motivated. I'm a motivator. It's nothing to do with the fact Yap's brought a baseball bat to the game today. Why have you done that, Yap? Okay, fair enough. Just occurred to me, I hope that Yapstam doesn't watch these videos. He doesn't. He's far too busy managing. I mean, so am I, to be fair. We've got that in common. So, as if we've fouled someone, referee's having a word with him. It's just very elongated. This is just a talking to. Ball played in. Martino gets it. It's 2-1. Ternana. Oh, the fans are singing it. Ternana, what's your name? Lovely. The header then into the goal, and it's quite a nice set piece, if anything. We're still on attacking fluid though, half an hour to go. We didn't make any changes in that first half, but now we've conceded. I feel like we may well make one. The question is though, where do you make the change really? I'm only going to weaken us. What we'll do is we'll bring Luca Valzena and just move him slightly further forward. That's all we'll do. Very subtle change. Just allows our midfielders to apply a bit more pressure to their midfielders and hopefully win the ball back a little bit higher up. And a set for Dorian. Oh, he loves a deflected free kick. 25 yards out. He's earned that hat-trick, it says. He's earned it. Heiser with a free kick then. A lovely angle on it. And the deflection. I'm not sure he's earned that, but whatever. There we are. A hat-trick for Dorian, and he's loving it. let's get Glucklu on. I want to keep him fresh, keep him in the picture as much as possible. If we ever need to change formation, if anything ever happens to Heise or Renzi, and we have to go to a change formation with wingers, then Glucklu I want to be in and around the goals if needs be. So we've brought him on. Changes haven't yet happened though, so there's still time for Renzi to get himself on the score sheet today. Ball play through to Pereira. Heise, that is a beautiful goal. It happened very, very quickly, and by all means, I do play on a relatively quick speed to keep it sort of quite a nice tempo. But this move was done with one touch passing until the final pass. But a great finish from Dorian Heise. His 4th of the game. The man's on fire, and it's a Rivy, and he knows now that if he gets a 5th, he has the opportunity to name it a Heise. Now, yeah, it was a Manzo for a short time, but he didn't quite complete the necessary format. You've got to do it 3 times to be considered an aficionado, the end of the game. 4-1 against Ternana. Someone must have done it that time. Getting ridiculous. A 9.8 though for Dorian Heise, and he's getting himself right up there in the goals, challenging Renzi. I think actually that was before the game, so now he's on 12. In fact, the more I think about it, he may well have just leapfrogged Renzi in terms of goals. 4 in a game for him. I love it. Let's see then. We'll go look at the official league standings, and we'll see how many goals he scored. Dorian Heise is injured. He's bruised his head after jumping. I had no idea, but luckily he's going to be okay. And apparently we're in the Europa League reckoning. Oh, as an Arsenal, yes. Up into 5th place though, and look at the boys! Look at the boys! Dorian Heise, Emiliano Renzi. I mean, it's one of the greatest loan signings I've ever made. When I brought him in, I thought it would just be a straight replacement. I never thought we'd have a diamond, and the 2 of them would combine so beautifully. They're both looking good though, and now we go into our winter break and a little bit of January transfer action next episode. 7.4 million to spend. I think central midfielders might be the tonic of the day, but so far, why would you change a thing? Everyone's playing beautifully, and hopefully it continues. And that brings us to the end then. If you've enjoyed today's episode, please do drop a like if you want to see some more. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll love with care from me, Dr. Benji, and yeah, we'll see you again very, very soon. Goodbye.